going to focus more about writing part. Okay. So first of all, I would like you among your groups to discuss about these two short stories. Okay. So my question is, why do we use relative clause? What is the function of it? Okay. So among your group, read those two stories and then discuss what are the differences. Okay. Go. 2 minutes. Stand up. Stand up. Okay, talk to your group members. When you are done, sit down. Go. Talk. Answer 5 points. Okay. So that's great. Are you ready? Go. Tiffany. Louder. Listen to Tiffany. Okay. You cannot repeat her points. Go.
The second one will make the writing become clear, because the first one always said that Miss Fanny has been blah 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 and Miss Fanny likes blah blah blah, and the name always repeat and the paragraph always repeat one thing again and again, and it will make the paragraph become boring.
Okay, thank you. 5 points. Next. Okay, Carmen. Louder.
When you know that the second sentence is also describing the same thing, and you can join it together with the relative pronoun, it makes the whole paragraph more professional, and it is not that annoying since comparing to the first one.
Okay, it's not redundant, right? Okay, thank you. How about this side? 5 points. Still have more to write. Jasper.
I think the second one is better than the first one we talked about. The second one used the relative clause to make the sentence fluently, but in my opinion, I think the first part and last question I think is better than the second one, because it will make the reader more.
Okay, I like your idea very much. Okay, give him a big hand. 10 points. Okay, so that's why sometimes we will need relative clause when we want to join sentences together to make it clearer, and also we want to add information. Remember that yesterday we talked about it? Okay, add information. Okay, so when we want to add information, we can use relative clause. Okay, however, just for that, maybe this part in the first story is better than this one because it has a question to get readers' attention. Okay, so not every sentences you can use relative clause, right? Okay, so let's take a look at one more example. 1 minute. Okay, talk in your group. 1 minute. Stand up, go. Stand up and go. What is the problem here? one group is done. When you're done, sit down. 10, 9, 8, 7. Thank you. Okay, who is going to share? Carmen.
In this conversation, the person B doesn't even know what is A talking about. Like, this is a boy, but he don't know which specifically which boy.
He don't know.
He don't know which.
He don't know.
He doesn't know specifically which boy is A talking about.
So
We need some description to describe the boy.
so we have to.
Add information.
Thank you. 10 points. How about here? How about here? Yo-yo. Louder.
If A adds more information in his sentence, then B will have to ask him more questions.
Okay, good. 5 points. Okay, so in here it's not very clear, right? I just say this is the boy, and then B should ask who, because he or she may not know what is the boy that A talked about. Okay, so if we add information, use relative clause, and then maybe B doesn't need to ask any more questions, right? So that's why sometimes we need relative clause, but it doesn't mean that every sentence should be in relative clause. Okay, so what kind of things that we usually use in relative clause when you read in your daily life? Where can you see relative clause? News report, 2 points. What else? In grammar books. Okay. What else? Speech. Okay. In speech, newspaper. Yes. Some novels, stories, right? Internet. Very broad. Some articles. Okay. So usually we will use relative clause in writing. Okay. So now let's see whether you know it very well. Okay. Get ready for your tablet. The highest, I'm going to give you 8 sentences. Look at me, don't do it now, okay? Look at me. 8 sentences. You are going to read them and see whether they are correct using relative clause. Okay? So, you will add your score up into your scoreboard. Okay? So, pay attention. Are you ready? Go. Some of the sentences I mentioned then already yesterday. One minute. So, this is your result. Okay, so the highest is from Carmen, and then Kiwi, and also Yo-Yo. So please add your score. If you have 60, and then you add 6 points to your group. Do you understand me? Okay, so you three, make an average score. 6, 6. So that will be 6. And then average. 3, 2, 1. Okay? So let's take a look of the sentences at each one of them, okay? Some of you may not be very clear about it. Number 1. Okay, number 1. Number 1 is correct. I enjoy listening to the tour guide that took us around the city. That here means, what does it mean here? That. The tour guide, okay? Besides using that, what can we use here? Okay, thank you. Next. The gift is for you that is on the coffee table. This one is incorrect. Who can help me to change it? Talk to your group. Go. 10 points. Go. Louder.
The gift that is for you is on the coffee table.
Yes, we should move that after the gift. Okay, the thing that we describing. Okay, remember that. Next one. A movie a friend recommended, it turned out to be very entertaining. This one is wrong. Why? Jasper?
Because still have heat.
So
we to cancel it.
Yes, 5 points. Okay, we have to cancel eat here. 4. There is the professor from whom I received the award. However, there are many of you think it is incorrect. Why? This one is correct. Why? So talk to your group. Think about it. Why? Why this one is correct? Okay, who wants to share? It's okay. Try.
I thought it was there is the professor who I received the award from.
Okay, so here in this case, we'll move the preposition in front of the relative pronoun. From whom is also okay. Understand? Okay, number 5. I spoke with a couple who his son created a popular social media app. Whose? And then, who's his son? Thank you. Next. Each hotel room has a safe. Do you know what's the safe? Yeah, a box you put all your belonging in, which you can keep your valuables. So, it's not which. Remember that we talked about where. Thank you. It should be where. I'll never forget the moment when I first met your dad. Correct? Okay. So when here describe the time, yes, the moment means the time. Last one. Anyone wants to volunteer is welcome to come. It's incorrect. Only 4 correct. Okay, why? I talked about it yesterday. You forgot. Because here wants to volunteer is missing the. Okay, so let's see. You don't understand yet. Okay. I want to volunteer. Okay. So what is I here? A subject. Okay. When we are missing a subject, we need relative pronoun. So it should be anyone who wants to volunteer is welcome to come. Okay? So you don't understand this part, remember it. Okay? So, next. After you know more about relative clause, we are going to do another thing. Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. Look at the picture. What is it? Titanic, okay? Do you remember what happened in Titanic? What happened in Titanic?
The boat went on the ice mountain and sank into the sea.
And then many people died. And then what else? Same thing, okay? So 5 points. So here is a short story. So later you will be divided into groups of 3 or 2, and then here is a very short story about Titanic. Okay, but it is sentence by sentence. I would like you to use relative clause to combine sentences together to make it more beautiful. Okay, so are you ready? So one of you will have the story, will have the sentences, and then the other one will have a blank slide. Okay, please write on the blank slide. Okay, if you found difficult in writing on the tablet, you can write on your notebook and then take a picture and upload to the slide. Okay. So I would like all of you to read the story once together. Ready? Set, go.
What is an
Oceanographer. What is an oceanographer? Yes. People who take pictures of the ocean. Oceanographer.
Always in the ocean.
Always in the ocean.
In the boat. In the boat and
Try to find valuable things.
Yes, okay. They love to study about the ocean. Oceanographer. Continue. And then? What is unsinkable?
Not able to sink.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
After Robert finished his exploration of the ship, he left a
Memorial. Flag. You know what's a flag? A flag is like a piece of metal, and then you wrote something on to be memorable. Okay, memorial flag. You wrote something to remember this event. Okay, continue. Last sentence. Okay, so now work together. Combine those sentences using relative clause, and then later you're going to share your story. Work together. one person to submit your story. Okay, other two, please have them. is difficult? Okay, let's see. Okay, press stop. Okay, sorry about that, but I have to stop you. Okay, so let's see. Robert, who made headlines in 1985, is an oceanographer. Okay? Everyone agree? Okay, and then the rest are very messy now. Okay, the team which discovered the remains of the Titanic was led by Robert. I like this sentence very much because they change it into passive. Okay, and then the Titanic passenger ship, which has rested on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean since 1912, was unsinkable, however. Okay, so it's not done, okay? But I can see in the middle part of your in the middle part of here, some of you mix them up, okay? So you should find connection between sentences. For example, here, the Titanic was an unsinkable passenger ship. And then which one has the same information that you want to add in? Which one?
He has rested.
Pardon? Cici?
He has rested on the floor of Atlantic Ocean.
And then one more.
He has sunk.
Yeah, okay, so you can combine these two together and then to add in here. You understand? Okay, or some of you, I can see, you use the time, when, and then to combine them together. It's also okay. So let's see. I saw one group is done. Carmen's group. Carmen and Kiwi, can you read them? Read your story out loudly. Go.
Robert, who is an oceanographer, made headlines in 1985. Robert led a team which discovered the remains of the Titanic. The Titanic, which was an unsinkable passenger ship, has rested on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean since 1910, when it had been an iceberg. After Robert finished his exploration of the ship, he left a memorial plaque which honored all those who died on the terrible night.
Yes, okay, give them a big hand. Okay, very good. 10 points. Okay, so you're going to do this again at home today, okay? And then let's move to another one. So now, you are going to create a new story, another story. Okay, but just write on one side again. Okay, so here are some sentences. Here are some sentences. I want you to add relative clause in between. to make it more interesting. Okay? The more you can add, the higher score you will get. Okay? So talk to your group. Go. You read the story first and see which part you want to add some information in, and then you can use relative clause. Okay, some of you don't understand. Look at me, eyes on me. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you are going to add information. You are not combining sentences. Okay, so put an arrow in and then, okay, let's take a look of one. We'll use one as an example. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So read the first sentences. Read the first sentence together. Go. Okay, so if I want to add a relative clause in, what kind of things that I can add? Okay, so Yo-Yo.
Once upon a time, there was a fairy who was helpful and nice.
Okay, so good. Once upon a time, there was a fairy who was helpful and nice. Okay, or anything else that makes it interesting? Just the first sentence. Anything else you can add besides helpful? Okay, Tiffany. Who is beautiful? Okay, so you will add relative clause. Understand? You're not combining. Okay, just now you combine, now you add. Okay, so do it again. Who wants to share your story? Super. Okay. So, which group wants to share? Cici. Cici's group. So you are going to read which one? Okay, yours is Sophie's one. Okay. So read it out. Louder.
Once upon a time, there was a fairy who was enthusiastic. She was a friend with a girl whom she met in a forest which is near a house where is a banyan.
So the first paragraph, right? Okay. So who wants to read the next part? Jasper, right? I know you are eager to read yours. Okay, so continue. One afternoon. Is it yours?
One afternoon,
Louder.
Winter, the child who is constantly got lost. She starts to cry near a lake where her mother lived there.
Okay, thank you. And then at last, let's try Carmen. Have you finished? Not yet. Who finished the last part? No? Okay, so let's do the last part together. Let's see. Okay, so one afternoon, the fairy found a child called Tiffany. Okay, got lost. She started to cry near a lake where her mother lived there. And then the fairy appeared at the lake and took her home. How to act here? The ending. You can act. Okay. Any idea? Joby? Try. Where can you add information? After the fairy. Okay, so how to add into the sentence? Mark. Louder.
The fairy who was helpful and understandable appeared at the quiet lake and took her home where she lived.
Okay, thank you. Took her home where she lived. Okay. So it is a trial for you. Okay. So when you use them in writing, remember not every sentence will use relative clause. However, when you use relative clause, it will make your writing better. Okay, so homework for today. Number 1, create a story using relative clause. Any story. Impress me. Okay. Number 2, Monday.